For we dare not make ourselves of the number, or compare ourselves with some that commend themselves. But they measuring themselves by themselves and comparing themselves among themselves are not wise. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It has been a long while since I have filmed, and I make no apology for it. Sometimes the teacher has to be taught, sometimes the teacher needs a break. So I took a little break. I was working on my course, and no, the course still is not out yet. I have this thing where I talk about something before I've done it, so I promise things before I've even completed it, and that's a habit that I need to stop because I put so much pressure on myself to then get it done. But I can promise you, once the course is out, once the life coaching starts, it will be amazing. But I'm not putting pressure on myself, but I am very much dedicated to it. So for those of you who have signed up to the mailing list, please be patient. I am trying my best. I was gonna put another date on it, but I will let you know closer to when everything is completed. And yeah, that is that. So I'm out in my car and it is very hot today, so all of the windows are open. So quick disclaimer, if you hear noise and talking, I'm so sorry. The audio is not going to be as perfect as before, but I can't come and kill myself, okay? But yeah, I'm so happy to be back doing what I love, and that's talking to you guys. The funny thing is that I have put on a lot of weight. I put on a lot of weight in quarantine, but I also have lost a lot of weight in quarantine. So if I'm still looking quite big, please have mercy upon me. I am working on it, and yeah, it is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
So today I'm going to be talking about comparison. And comparison, as you guys all very much know, comparison truly is the thief of joy. Nothing good ever comes out of you going on a comparison mission. Nothing good comes out of it. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Every single time you compare yourself, you will always end up the loser. So I'm a big weirdo, but I love to understand things. So recently I have been studying or thinking about why people cheat, and specifically why women cheat. So please follow me for a little while and you're going to understand when I have finished. So follow this scenario, right? A woman is in a very happy relationship. No, the relationship is not perfect, but the man loves her and he treats her right. But one day she goes into work and she notices a guy that has always been there, but all of a sudden he has caught her attention, and she's now noticing things that have sparked her interest. He's incredibly funny and he makes her laugh constantly. When she has trouble with a task at work, he's the first person that she goes to, and he figures it out every single time. All of a sudden, she cannot wait to get into work to see this guy. At the back of her mind, she knows this is wrong because she's in a relationship and he is also in a relationship, but she cannot help the fact that she is drawn to this guy. Then when she goes home to her husband, he all of a sudden starts to look less appealing. The very thing that she liked about him has now become very, very annoying. And even when he does nice things for her, it's still not good enough. She then starts to daydream and starts to think about how it will be with this new guy, because I guess the grass is always greener on the other side, right? Wrong. Do you kind of see where I'm trying to go with this? This lady has a very good thing. She has the relationship that most single women would die for, yet her eye is wandering. Now her eye has wandered, she has started to set her whole affection on this other person. And now in her mind, she now begins to compare the two. And in that process, she is degrading what she has and lifting up what she doesn't have, which is still pretty much an ideal, because she doesn't know what it will be like to be with this guy. She may actually leave the 80 in search of the 20, but now she's comparing apples to oranges because the apple that she once loved isn't good enough. But only in comparison. When you compare what you have becomes less. I'll say that again. When you compare what you have becomes less. The same way, when you compare yourself to anybody, you start to feel less than. That's why whenever someone says to me, I don't feel good enough, I always ask them, what is your standard of good enough? What or who is the standard for good enough? Because I identify in that moment that the reason why they don't feel good enough is because they're most time always comparing themselves to somebody else, whether it's their sibling who does better than them in school, whether it is their friend who gets more attention, quote unquote attention. Whoever you're comparing yourself to is the reason why you don't feel good enough. I've got to be honest, us ladies, we have to be extra careful, because just like Eve in the Garden of Eden, our eyes can start to wander. Sometimes as women, we can never be satisfied. This is the reason why the beauty industry, the fashion industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Yes, as women, we are making hella money now, but we're also spending a lot of money. And these brands are preying on your lack of contentment. They are preying on your insecurities and your dissatisfaction. The modeling industry creates a standard that the average person cannot live up to, but they'll sit back and they'll watch you try. And the baddies on Instagram that you follow are also trying to keep up with the image that they have created for themselves. That's why a lot of influencers, a lot of celebrities are not happy, because they can't even live up to the standard in which they are showing you, or the lifestyle they are showing you. There is not one person that I know that doesn't edit or tweak their photos before they post it, including myself. But it's the name of the game. Sell a lifestyle that is unattainable, even for the person that is selling it. Sorry, but perfection does not exist. And every time that I catch myself comparing myself to somebody else, I remember that that person is also comparing themselves to somebody else. So then it's a cycle. Then it's a rat race. It's a rat race of losers, and nobody wins, because you get so focused on what you don't have, who you are not, that you lose focus of who you are and what you do have. The truth is, there will always be someone that has more than what you have. And if you jump into that competition, you will never get out until the day that you die. Somebody will always be prettier, smarter, thicker, thinner, wiser, younger, richer than you. And that's perfectly okay. And the only people that can say that's perfectly okay are those who are not in competition with anybody. Oh, you got that? Well done, sis. Good for you. Like, when you can actually start to congratulate somebody, then you know you're not in competition with anybody. But when you find it hard to compliment someone, know that you are in secret competition with that person. You have to understand that you set your own standard, because you are the standard. I remember probably about 4 years ago, and I'll try and see if I can find the video that I said it in, but I basically said that you need to take your own image and put it on the front cover of Vogue, because you are the standard of beauty. And now, lo and behold, they've got this whole Vogue challenge whereby people are able to put their best self on the cover of Vogue and kind of feel confident. But I'm telling you, you do not need Vogue's stamp of approval. Vogue once said that gaps in your teeth were ugly. Then a model came along who had gaps in her teeth and changed that. Vogue said that light skin is better, until a beautiful, dark, rich African woman came along and changed that. Vogue said that fat is unhealthy, that fat is ugly, until a plus size model, a beautiful plus size model, came along and changed that. If Vogue can change their mind about what is beautiful, then so can you. Your best self has to become the standard. I'll compete with the best version of myself. How about that? I'll compete with my own beauty. How about that? Someone could look like me, but they'll never be me. And that's what makes me wonderful. That's what makes me me. No one can ever be you. And you're probably thinking, well, who would want to be me anyway? Trust me. Someone would kill to be you, to look like you, to think like you, to be as educated as you are. I'm on my fitness journey, and I saw this quote yesterday and I actually really liked it. Okay, I can't find it, but basically it said that somebody would kill for the body that you currently have whilst you're striving for another body that you don't have. You just have to be content. And I'm going to give you 5 tips on how to stop comparing yourself, and you have to do them. Otherwise, it's not gonna work, darling. It's not gonna work. Okay, so tip number 1 to stop comparing yourself. Actively pursue personal growth. When you do that, you won't have time to be focused on someone else's garden because you'll be so busy watering your own. And the only way you can really appreciate someone else's garden, if you know that you're actually putting in work and you're believing and you're looking forward to a better garden. Okay? Tip number 2 to stop comparing yourself. Close your damn eyes. Be Ray Charles to everything that's going on. Stay in your own lane. Stay focused on your own lane. And if you can't look at somebody without comparing yourself to them, please do yourself a favor and remove them from your sight. If you find yourself becoming obsessively envious about someone that you follow online, do yourself a good favor, unfollow, mute, do whatever it takes to get them out of your sight, because out of sight is out of mind. You're not being a bad person because you're doing that, but you have to, whilst you get your mind right, remove that temptation to envy from you. And if that person happens to be in your everyday real life, find ways, go out of your way, find ways to compliment them on the things that you are secretly envious about. If you are envious about their hair, find ways to just compliment them, right? And it'll actually change the way that you feel about yourself, because you're now turning that negative energy into positive energy. Not only are you blessing someone else, not only are you making someone else feel good, you making someone else feel good will also make you feel good in the long run. Tip number 3 to stop comparing yourself. Follow people that are on your current level. Follow people who are starting a journey where you're starting a journey. Let's say, for example, you want to become financially savvy. Follow people who are starting that journey. Let's say you want to lose weight. Follow people who are also starting a journey where you are. And I feel like there should be like a rule, like you should follow 80% people that are like you and 20% people who are where you want to be. And those people will be aspirational, inspirational for you. Not people that you're going to look at and envy, but people that are going to inspire you to get to that place, right? The problem is, I think most of us have it the other way around. We follow 80% people that are inspirational and are doing a lot or doing the things that we want to do, and then we follow 20% of people that are at your level. I think it should be changed, right? You're in control of your social media, so don't let it control you. Tip number 4 to stop comparing yourself. Create a vision board. Create a picture in your mind of the person that you want to be in 5 years, in 10 years, okay? It's going to give you motivation to keep on going. It's going to give you motivation to feel good when you see those images. So use the people that you are inspired by for inspiration. Put them on your vision board. Put them on your mood board. I love mood boards. I've got mood boards for every single thing in my life. Like, I love it. It makes me happy. If you don't want to create a vision board, get a Pinterest. Pin inspirational things that make you happy. The one thing that I love about Pinterest is that there's no well, there is, but it's not that big of a deal, and you don't really know anyone personally. I don't know these people, so I take the pictures, use it, inspiration, and I don't know them. So before, on Tumblr, you'd follow people, but you didn't really know too much about their lives. It was more just imagery. Now with Instagram, it's not just images, but you can see everything about that person, and they can share everything about themselves with you. And I think sometimes that level of access can become very unhealthy. So yeah. And finally, tip number 5 to stop comparing yourself to other people is to count your blessings, okay? Count your blessings, name them one by one. You have to be grateful for the life that you have, because you're really not going to have much more until you're grateful for what you have now, okay? So be grateful, be thankful, be grateful that you have 2 hands, 2 legs, your sight, sense of smell, a mouth, a body that functions well, that you're not sick, that you don't have any diseases. You live in a free country, that you're able to go out and you're able to practice whatever you want. You're free, right? You're free to do and be whatever you want to be. And ultimately, you create the life that you live. And if you want to sit there and compare yourself and get sad about it, you can do that. But if you want to get up, get active, work on the things that you can change, right? Work on the things that are in your control to change. For me, I hated being overweight during quarantine. I've lost 1 stone in 1 month. And you'll start to see it soon, hopefully, in these car tools, right? I'm still looking a bit around, but I've lost 1 stone in 1 month. And I didn't like being overweight. I didn't feel good in my body. So I actually took those steps to change. And I'm not going to sit here and act like, oh, body positivity. No, that's not me. The overweight me is not me. I didn't feel good in myself. So don't let anyone shame you about changing the things that you want to change. If it's in your reach to change, then change it. right? So that's all I have in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I love you guys. Continue to be amazing. I've missed you guys so much. That's the only reason I really came back, because I genuinely miss talking to you guys, interacting with you guys, giving you new content, giving you things to think about, and I hope I can continue to do that. Make sure you hit the like, share it with someone that may need it, and give us a comment and tell us, yeah, just leave a comment. All right guys, see you in my next video. Bye guys.